Anybody else out there just trying to reach that income bracket to where, like, get your oil changed on time rich? Same.
What's up, my beautiful people? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl 303 Stars. Thank you so much for tuning in to another one of my videos. Today's video is just another video that we all can probably relate to right about now. Everything going on, so let's get right to it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you.
Okay, honestly, how is anyone affording life right now without something else, without some sort of side hustle or something else to supplement their income? I don't understand. I went to Target and Panera Bread. Quick run. I barely got anything. From Target, I got milk, moisturizer, chapstick, prenatals. And that came out to $71. Okay. Then we went to Panera real quick. $35.13. I did the math and I'm thinking this is a little over $100. When I worked my 9 to 5, this would have been a full day's worth of work. That means I would have had to work a full day, 9 to 5, to afford a little quick pit stop. How are we doing it? I literally do not understand. This is why I come on here and I talk about all the time having something additional for yourself, having your side hustle, because I don't understand how people are literally living. I do digital marketing full time, but thinking back to when I was working a 9 to 5 and how much I was getting paid and how this would have literally been a full day's worth of work is crazy. This is honestly why I'm so grateful for the online space and for the ability to make an income online, for me specifically doing digital marketing, because I don't have to worry about things like this anymore. Like, honestly, this stresses me out thinking that, like, honestly, just a quick run like this would have cost me my full day's worth of work. If you needed any other sign to start your side hustle, to get into the online space, start digital marketing, whatever it is, let this be your sign, because this is crazy. If you have any questions about digital marketing, literally send me a comment, send me a DM. I always say you can just go to my bio, click on the link. It's going to take you to my IG. It's so much easier there because I can actually voice memo you and answer any questions that you have. I don't know how we're doing it.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul. Anybody else notice that Peter just ain't got it no more, though? This inflation kicking Peter's ass, too. Peter need a second job because he ain't producing enough for Paul. Paul getting pissed. Say, where my payday to payday folks at? Y'all still making it payday to payday? Because I be making it like payday to Sunday and having to wing that motherfucker the next week and a half. We got a different name for that? What they call that?
How are people affording life right now?
We not. Shit, that's what's up. We just out here bobbing and weaving bill collectors trying to make it to next payday. The fuck? Ooh, I feel you on this one. Buy 4 tires at once. That's a whole nother income level. I ain't even nowhere near. God damn. Y'all seen the price of tires? Fuck. I can get 2. I'd be like, I need 2. Pick the 2 worst ones on this whole bitch and replace them. And put them together, and y'all got credit, right? Can you see if I can get some of that? Anybody else trying to reach that income bracket? Like, throw whatever the hell you want in the grocery cart without having to use a calculator type rich? Same.
How are people affording life right now?
This is a great question, because times are hard out here. People living paycheck to paycheck. Like, even myself, I had to pick up a second job. And when I tell you, ever since I picked up the second job, like, things have been great. You know, I've been getting all kinds of money, TVs, and jewelry and things like that. So what I suggest is, if you're going through tough times, get a second job like myself, and maybe things will work out, all right? You ready?
Sometimes the best way to save money is just to sit the fuck down. Sit your ass down. See, that's some of our problems. Everybody got ADHD. Gotta be over here, and you gotta be over there, spending money all the time. And look, if you got it like that, I ain't talking about you. Go ahead, big money. But the rest of us and all the shit you see on Instagram, TikTok, people living lavish and doing all kind of crazy stuff, be on credit cards and personal loans, not getting paid off for months. I know a girl right now, 3 kids, no baby daddy, she got a new car, and somehow she in Rome for the week on a warehouse salary. Now look, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm just a little concerned. Hey, I'm just saying, if you going on vacation and you ain't paid your car note, don't be mad when you ain't got a car when you come back. Just imagine going to Disney World, the happiest place on earth, and financing a pair of Mickey ears for 25% interest. Are you really happy? And I used to be wondering how everybody able to go everywhere, do everything all the time. Everybody. And now I got my answer. Credit cards. Personal loans. Go look up the credit card debt statistic. It might scare you.
I am seriously scared for this country and the youth. I literally have spent probably $300 today, like on nothing. I had to go out this morning to get cash for my housekeeper. And then I had to pick up prescriptions, which my insurance covers, but there's still like a copay. Then I had to go into Walgreens. And every time you go in there to get like any type of essential, it's so expensive. I literally probably got like 4 things, spent like $80 just in there. Then I went to my daughter's school, and there was like a fee for something there that I had to pay. Then after I picked her up, we went to Walmart, literally Walmart, to get a couple grocery items. And it was literally 2 bags, and it was $79. I don't know how people with big families are holding up, how they're managing. Like, I literally don't buy anything really for myself. I don't buy anything brand new. It's like, thank God I don't have like credit card debt. Like, we don't, like, anytime we use our American Express, like I always make sure to pay it off in full at the end of the month. And this month is the first month that it's gonna be like cutting it close. So I don't know how you guys and everybody out there with more than like 1 kid is like feeding the household or sending your kid to school. Like half my groceries are stuff like to pack lunches. Not for me, not for my husband, like stuff to pack lunches. And I feel like her school should pay for like their lunch. And then if you, on Fridays, they have pizza day. And pizza day is an additional $10. And all the kids get it. So if I don't get it, she's the only one that doesn't get it. And we can't have that. So that's how they guilt the parents into spending that. So that's another $40 a month just on pizza day. So I just came on here to rant a little bit. And then gas prices are still like astronomical. Oh, I got Walmart brand eggs. I never get Walmart brand eggs. I always like get the expensive eggs just because I'm weird about like dairy. I try not to get not brand. I try to get the brand name of dairy products. It was like $9 something for a dozen eggs, Walmart brand. I don't know. Like, what are we gonna do? I don't know what to do, guys. But that is my little rant. And I know it like depends where you live. Like where I live, prices are probably a little bit higher than average cities. Like I talk to people all day long from my work who live in like Arkansas or like Kentucky, Oklahoma, Idaho. Like the prices aren't as astronomical, but they're still very high. And everyone's like, oh, when are you gonna have another kid? When am I gonna have another kid? I don't know. Never. Thank God I got that. I have the, what's it called? Not IUD, but the Nexplanon that goes into your arm. It's like an implant. It's like a toothpick. It's an implant. And that's supposed to keep me child-free for like 5 years. And then I'll be in my 40s and I probably won't be fertile anymore, so I won't have to worry. Anyways, that's just my little rant while I got ready for bed. Okay, bye.
And this is why I'm big on telling my son to just stay at home. Go live in a dorm or stay your ass at home with me. Because these are not the same apartments that we had when I was 18. When I was 18, I had a little $400, $500 apartment. Really, the highest apartment, maybe in a nice area, was like $750. Mind you, we was making like $8 an hour, $8.59, $10. I was a manager at a Foot Locker, City Gear, so I probably was making $11, $12 an hour, right? Still, I was making enough to pay my rent, pay my car note. My car note was only like $198. A time to be alive. Insurance, $120. Easily could afford everything. This shit right here is what y'all like to say, diabolical. Weird. Weird as fuck. There's no way people are surviving off of $15 an hour. So that's why you need 2 people making $15 an hour. Now you got somebody making 30. Really, you need 4 people because this shit is ridiculous. In order to pay car insurance, Wi-Fi, car payment, rent, food, personal expenses, and then any kind of fucking mistake or error that happens, you got to deal with that shit. If you miss one paycheck, shit fucked up. And I've seen this a million times in an office. Somebody coming there every other day, I need to talk to you, I need to talk to you, I need to talk to you, I need to talk to you. Only thing I can tell them is pay by the 15th to try to avoid the eviction. If you don't pay by the 15th, you're going under eviction. And after that, it's just a process. They want all their money in full. So it's like we start digging that hole, those fees and late fees, and oh my God, now you have anxiety because you was owing $1,500, now you owe $3,000. You look up again, now you owe $4,500. Now you look up again, that shit say $5,000. That shit say $6,000. At this point, when you come here telling me you got $600, I'm looking at you like you might as well take that and just move. Go ahead and get you a U-Haul, because that ain't even gonna put a dent in your balance. And I'm not in the business of taking your money if it's not gonna really help you. I want you to be able to move, because one thing about it, when the sheriff comes, they don't give a fuck. They gonna tell you to get out the way. And honestly, the most slimiest shit I've been seeing is that a lot of people don't even want to warn the people. Of course, it's your business. You need to keep up with what was going on with you by going to court, calling the magistrate to see what's going on. But honestly, it's too fucking cold to not warn people that they getting put out. So, you know, that's just not my mood. That's not how I work. But I have seen people that don't warn them that, hey, the sheriff is coming. And I understand it's a safety precaution. But goddamn, I'm tired of seeing people outside with newborn babies. And some of these people don't even have a vehicle. Like, what are we doing? Like, humanity is doomed. Well, the United States is fucking doomed.
I made 10 DoorDashes in the last 2 hours. And guess how much I made? Guess. After gas, I made a whopping $24.76. Not even a full $25. Like, I can't even get my own food DoorDashed for $25. Okay? When I moved to Cali from Texas last year, I really thought that I was going to be living my California dream. I got my full-time job. I got health insurance, benefits, all of that stuff. All of the things that I thought that I needed to live a comfortable life. And it just feels like I can never make ends meet. Like, I'm literally clocking into my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5. Hold on, girl. I got to order. I'm just so frustrated because I feel like I've done everything right. Like, I went to school, I got my degree, I got a job, but like with rent and bills and student loans and groceries and gas, like it just feels like I just cannot get ahead. And it's like these billionaires who have never had to lug 5 Big Mac meals with drinks up 3 flights of stairs. It feels like they are making money hand over fist. Something has got to give, and I feel like it needs to be them, because I'm tired. All right, the billionaires need to start opening their pocketbooks, because I can't afford to keep on opening mine.
It sucks, but people are really drowning right now. Looking at the comments for my video about rent prices was like honestly depressing. You know, it's so many people out there that are in these situations, these circumstances where they can't afford their rent. Like some of the prices that people were saying for the square footage that they were getting is insane. And I think this tells us one thing, that a lot of people are struggling financially. And let this be a reminder that you should take what you see on social media with a grain of salt. Somebody just got a new car, they, going on vacations. It's not to say that people can't afford to do these things right now, but just take it with a grain of salt, because most likely they're struggling, they're drowning too. I've even seen people comment down below saying like, oh, should we still be paying 50-50? Should it be the man 100%? And hey, I may tell you a joke, but I'll never tell you a lie, man. Two incomes is more than one, especially during these times. Comment down below what your rent prices are in your city, because people need to see that this is all over. It's not just where you're at. And most importantly, God bless.
I am so tired of living my life in survival mode, because despite having 2 college degrees and making close to $80,000 a year, I still cannot keep up with the cost of living. I still cannot afford all of my bills every month and have to live paycheck to paycheck. I think that's absolutely ridiculous. I am sacrificing my mental health, my time, and my energy to take care of people in their most vulnerable moments. And a lot of the time, they do not make it. At the very least, I should be able to pay my bills. And for anyone who's thinking, oh, well, you shouldn't have chose that job, somebody has to do it. And you know damn well, if your loved one was critically ill, you would want somebody to take care of them, right? Something has to give. I cannot keep doing this.
How are people affording life right now? How are people tackling this cost of living?
They're not. People aren't paying bills. Listen, there's only 2 ways to solve this. You either, 1, make more money, which start doing things that you like to do and get paid for it. Whether it's like on this app, a lot of people sell digital products. You can look for a side hustle. There is something that you can do to increase the monies that is currently coming in. Or number 2, stop paying the bills. You think these people are out here paying the bills? And I know. I may be one of them. However, it's you choose one. Instead of asking how are people paying the bills, ask yourself, what can I do to pay the bill, or why do I even care about paying the bill?
So let me chime in on how people are making it right now in America with inflation at an all-time high. People that are making $35 an hour, $40 an hour are still broke. So you wonder, am I the only one feeling this? I know you guys are driving around in your city, seeing people still at the grocery stores, still in the fast food lines, still acting as everything is normal. But there's one thing that, if you haven't noticed, people are not using their money to survive right now. They're using credit cards. And if you look at America's credit card usage right now, it is at an all-time high. Most families are already maxed out. And I'm going to tell you one thing that's going to send everything into let's say a bad spot. They're not going to pay these credit cards back. They're spending knowing that they're not going to pay these credit cards back. And so now that these people's credit cards are maxed out and credit companies are no longer giving them money to survive and buy their food, because we don't have any help in our food. If you make money like I make money, you go to that grocery store, or your wife goes, because I haven't been in the grocery store in I don't know how long, but my wife goes to the grocery store. And if we don't spend $600 or $700 on a grocery trip, I'm surprised. But my situation is different. I have a lot of kids, but you wonder how people are making it out here, and they are not making it off their own money. Plus, let's put the other thing in perspective. You have the government saying that job numbers are through the roof. They have created so many jobs and people are taking these jobs. And that's not true. The fact of the matter is, people are taking on second jobs and third jobs just to put food on the table for their family. Mind you, in the richest country in the world, something's not right. If you are somebody out there surviving right now, taking care of your kids, and your money's going up, I salute you. But 99% of people right now, their pockets are suffering badly, to the point where the government even said that by the end of this month, most likely 99% of Americans will have run out of any savings. Wow. This is crazy.
Want to know how I knew the economy was in pure shambles? This is the exact instance. It wasn't when everybody was saying, oh, inflation is going up, when gas was so high. Nope. My friend and me were sitting down having a gentle conversation. I had $20 in my pocket. I said, hey, you want to go to Dollar Tree? He said, yeah. We go to Dollar Tree. I grabbed 20 items. Well, I grabbed 10. He grabs 10. So, naturally, I'm thinking we're going to walk out with 20 items. They ring me up for like $27. I'm confused. I say, what happened? Only got 20 items. She says, at the cash register, she says, oh, everything's $1.25. At that exact moment, I knew that the economy was in shatters. Dollar Tree has been a staple for so long that everything costs $1. I didn't care about $5 footlong. I didn't care about $1 drink from McDonald's. I didn't care about $1 McChicken. I didn't care about none of that. I didn't care about a lick of that. I didn't care if the dollar menu from Taco Bell sucks now. That was unimportant. But when Dollar Tree, the place that's known for everything costing $1, increases price by 25 cents, that is a drastic increase on every item in that store. You're probably thinking to yourself, it's not that serious. It is that serious. If any other store increased the price of something by 25%, I would be flabbergasted. I'd be like, oh man, what is going on? That's a large jump. And sure, it happened with other stores. It happened with McDonald's. Sure, it was slow creep with McDonald's. The Big Mac started costing more money. Cheeseburgers start costing more. But that was gradual. That was okay. I didn't care about that. The Dollar Tree fiasco, because I shopped at Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree is where I got my dish soap. It's where I got my brooms. It's where I got my lint rollers. It's where I got my toothpaste, toothbrushes. That 25% increase, that turns $5 from 4 items. Well, $5 from 5 items into 4 items. $10 into 8 items. $15 into 12 items. Yeah, 12 items. Yeah, I'm doing the math right. It's insane. They just keep increasing the price. I was like, man, this is crazy. I'm so baffled. And we walked out with only like 13 items because we'd only had $20 bills. It's a big jump to lose that many items. We lost so much. The economy is in tatters right now. I am so upset how everything's costing more. We're getting paid less just for existing. It's getting weird, man. It's getting really weird.
How are y'all affording to live out here? Like, genuinely, how do you afford it? My husband and I just got married, so we're in the process of like switching everything over and getting our own stuff. And we literally can't afford it, like simply. We just got a quote for our car insurance and it's $220 a month for the cheapest thing that we could find. On top of our student loans, our rent, our groceries, our electricity, you know, all the other bills. The next thing that we have to do is get new phone bills because, you know, we're married and we got to get off our parents. We might be getting flip phones. Like, I literally don't. How are we going to afford it? We can't afford it. We cannot afford all this stuff. Like, we both have full-time jobs. We can't. How are y'all affording to live? We're trying to find side hustles. We have Instacart and DoorDash. Like, I don't know what else to do. I can't get a second full-time job. Like, I don't have time for that. I'm very overwhelmed. Adulting sucks. Adulting is a scam. You work until you die. You still can't afford to live. Somebody needs to come up with a better system.
I feel bad for y'all because everything's so high now. My first apartment was $450 and I had a roommate. 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom. It was in the hood. At 20, I had to be very creative. I had food stamps. I would go into the food stamp office. I didn't used to put no makeup on. I didn't used to do my hair because I didn't want nothing stopping me from getting them food stamps. I wanted to look like I need them. I paid for gas and change. I gave no fucks.
people that have regular normal jobs, I just would like to know, how are you surviving in America off of regular pay? My car insurance is over $400 a month. My current payment is over $400 a month. My nails, $200 a month. Of course, that's including the toes and the eyebrows too. Lashes, probably like $200 a month. The list goes on. Then people have the nerve to ask me what got me into dancing. Bitch, my bills. I'm at the point where I will literally do everything and anything I can to not have to pay rent. I'm totally uninterested. Nope, don't want to have anything to do with it.
I'm so freaking aggravated right now. The shit you have to go through to pay your bills is crazy. Like, the billing fee, the authorization fee, the withdrawal fee, the convenience fee. Like, god fucking damn. I ain't doing no complaining. I'm grateful I'm able to pay my bills, but if you living above your means, you gonna get slapped in the face. Like, all the young people, you need to know, live a little less than what you can really afford, because these fees and all the extra stuff you don't have no clue about will slap you in the face, and you're gonna end up somewhere struggling. I'm blessed and I'm grateful I'm able to pay what I can pay, but baby, somebody around here is getting rich off these fees. And they are very unnecessary. I don't need no fee for a bill you're charging me. Like, the hell? But I'm just letting y'all know, live below y'all means, because America and their fees will slap you right in the goddamn face.
62% of Americans can't afford life.
How are people affording life?
They're not. That's fundamentally the answer. People aren't affording life right now. 62% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. Childhood poverty is at an all-time high at 13%. Most Americans can't afford a $500 emergency should something happen. And as someone who grew up in Section 8 housing, somebody who grew up working since I was 15, who paid for food with food stamps, this is a struggle I know all too well. And I'm enraged that now 30 years later, wealth and income inequality is even worse than it used to be. And it's not the fault of the American workers. It's the fault of corporate bought politicians who put corporate profits above workers' rights. For example, if the minimum wage increased at the same rate as worker productivity, the work that we as workers did, it would be $26 an hour right now. But because corporations have lobbied enough politicians to care for them, instead of the actual working people, we see a massive transfer of wealth from the bottom 90% to the top 1%.
My boy told me he just bought 4 brand new tires. I was like, at once? He's like, yeah, I thought this fool got a raise. I'm like, damn, you got a promotion? I'm like, people out there, people got the money to do that? 4 brand new tires? Like y'all tire don't get bald and y'all just go get like another used one every 6 months? That's just me? Jesus Christ. I seen somebody come out of Urban Outfitters with 3 bags. In this economy? Urban Outfitters with 3 bags? Now, I ain't no mathematician or nothing, but that's at least $250,000. 3 bags out of Urban Outfitters? What the hell? You gotta pay an admission to get in that motherfucker, to look around. I know y'all tired of me bitching about money, but I'm so poor I gotta save up to be broke. Remember when buying groceries used to save us money? What happened? Eggs $12 a piece. If you eat out every day and spend $15 3 times a day for 7 days a week, what's that? A little over $300? You spend $300 a week at the grocery store. What the fuck is the point of buying groceries anymore? Some stores I don't even go to no more. Like, I gotta get a loan to go to Target. If you ever see me come out of Target with more than 1 bag, I put that shit is on credit. I got a vacation at fucking Target. Y'all say it with me on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. One more stimulus check. All right, let's go.
I make almost twice the federal minimum wage, and I am still thousands of dollars below the poverty line. I am homeless. I live in my car. I cannot afford to rent an apartment. I can hardly afford to live in my car. Food is expensive. And it's tough times, you know? I work 40 hours a week. I am not in an entry-level position. I am in a skilled position. I make twice the federal minimum wage. And I am poor. And if that isn't the most late-stage capitalism thing, If you want to buy me a meal, my Venmo's in my bio.
I get everything's crashing, but like, when can we stop working? When do we get to stop working? I'm gonna rephrase it. Get to stop working, because that sounds more magical, something I want to manifest. Because this system is not working in the way that it is. So get rid of it, is how I feel, genuinely. Like, I'm genuinely fucking tired. Everything is fucking crashing in the world, but not these jobs. Bitch, you better get up and go to that job. All the mayhem and turmoil going on, fuck that. You still have to get money in order to afford the things that you need to survive, of course. Even though the prices of everything is gonna go the fuck up and the whole market is crashing and the whole everything is going fucking crazy, right? But you're gonna get the fuck up and go to that job. That fuck-ass job. And they don't give a fuck about you, for real. Let's be so honest about, like, majority of, like, 9-to-5 jobs, any of that type of shit, customer service. You're a number. When the fuck do we get to stop working these fuck-ass jobs in this economy that's literally, obviously crashing? It's all crashing down, but y'all are expecting us to get the fuck up and still make y'all money. So then y'all can still not raise the minimum wage, but then enforce tariffs that are going to make the price of everything double, triple, quadruple. What the fuck? What?
Y'all, I just went today and got my driver's license renewed, my car tags renewed, picked up 2 prescriptions, and got a few groceries. To say that I'm completely broke now is an understatement. So I'm going to have to go home and start selling off my furniture to be able to live the rest of the month. I mean, that's just, it's unbelievable. No, I'm not going to, that's just a joke. I'm not going to have to sell anything, and I'm thankful to God that I am able to do those things. And my heart hurts today, truly hurts for people who are not able. And we're living in some rough times, really rough times. And we need to be praying for all those around us who are not as fortunate as we are to be able to do the things that we need to do. I'm not talking about extras. I'm not talking about going on vacation and doing fun things. I'm talking about living, taking care of your vehicle if you can even afford a vehicle, putting groceries on the table, buying medicine, the things you have to do. It's sad. It's very sad.
Baby, you know the economy is bad when you can't even afford to be sad. Like, I can't even afford to be sad. I can't even afford to be depressed. Like, I cannot afford to just sit and sulk and wallow. Like, I literally have to transmute this energy. And it's like, maybe I need that push. Because would I go so hard if I didn't have to? I don't know. Because, you know, I'm lazy sometimes. So maybe I need this extra push to really make my dreams come true. But then on the other hand, it's like, no, bitch, I'm tired. I'm tired, like, but I can't even afford to be tired. Back in the day, you could afford a little heartbreak. You could afford to call off work, right? You could afford, you know, to go to work and go in the bathroom and cry for 20 minutes. I can't afford it. I literally cannot afford to be heartbroken. And that's fucking sad.
Hey Rats, I'm a teacher and I can barely afford to pay rent with my salary. My salary bi-weekly is basically my rent minus $500. Guess how much my car is? $400. Guess how much insurance is? $100. Oh yeah, that's right. You do the math. I'm left with owing money at the end of the month. That's not even with groceries. Holy that's not even with groceries. I realize every single month I am transferring money out of savings into my checking and I am not. Just had the realization in the car that I'm actually gonna go into debt if I continue being a teacher. Like, genuinely. Wow. Oh, I'm like literally having a crisis right now. I'm gonna have a panic attack right now. I can't do this. I literally cannot do this. Knowing every single month that most of my money is literally like, I don't have money. Okay, okay. I don't know how I'm going to pay off my credit card this month. I don't know. All right, well, Rats, peace and blessings, and I hope you can afford your rent today, and groceries, and your car, and insurance, and life. Bye.